Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. And today we have for you week 12 of the 2018 MLS season. And I know I was going to come back for week 11, but we've got much too interesting matchup this week to skip over it. That's because we got the Seattle Sounders coming up. They're a team that's really hot right now. They're a team that has an interesting coach. He's the coach who was supposed to be the head coach of the Montreal Impact, but we came in and usurped him. So we're going to take a special in-depth look at Seattle in a moment. But first, let's take a look at how we've been doing. And basically, the winless streak continues. We are on a 3-6-8 game winless streak currently, going back to our friendly against Bologna. That's where everything started to go wrong, and we started getting all these draws. Draw city. So you saw the 2-2 draw versus New England. We came back and had a 0-0 draw versus Orlando, and I'd love to show you some highlights of this, but there actually were no highlights. Diallo played well, I guess. Tadier played well. Everybody else kind of stunk up the joint. Crepeau got in there as goalkeeper, and he got another draw. So I guess he's kind of undefeated so far as goalkeeper, so I guess that's good. We're going to keep him in there until he wins or loses. I don't know which, but hopefully one of those things happens. Anyway, Orlando, they didn't do much else either. They played slightly better than us, especially Anibaba, their central defender, played very well. But yeah, it was not much of a game to be had there. And then we went to Real Salt Lake, an away match, and got a little 1-1 draw there. I thought we were going to squeak this one out. Mancosu got an early goal. Tran played well at the fullback position. We went back to the 4-2-4, and it seemed to work for us early on. We can take a look at the highlights, I guess. That's not it. That's it. Just the goals. We don't need to watch everything, although Crepeau did have some very nice saves in this game. I was very happy to see that. And he honestly kept this game 1-1. It could have been, we could have had a loss here, but Crepeau, I think, wins it. Here's Martin on the counterattack, plays a nice ball through to Mancosu. He's got the whole team, the whole defense on his back, but he manages to score anyway. It's that concentration of a veteran. And then they come back in the 57th minute. Taylor heads it out of there. But Plata plays it in, missed header on the backside. Crepeau again with a nice save, but then, not much you can do about that. I mean, I guess he got out of position a little bit, but he makes the initial save, and then his defense doesn't help him out. So, I don't know. You can't blame him too much for that. So he did have what I thought was a pretty good game, so we're going to keep him in there. I mean, we don't have much other choice, so what are you going to do? Let's go. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the league. We haven't looked at the league in a minute. So here we are, still sitting in 6th place, just inside the playoff position. We managed to draw our way past Toronto by 1 point by getting all these draws in a row. So I guess it's helped us out a little bit. But we're down to 14th in the Supporters' Shield, which isn't particularly where we want to be. I guess we want to be at least 11th. I don't know. It depends on what the board considers mid-table. Anyway, we got, after 16 games, we got 5 wins, 4 draws, 7 losses, plus 4 goal differential, total of 19 points. So we're looking okay, but we're starting to fall behind, especially the teams at the top. We got 4 teams at the top with 30 points, and here we are with 19. So basically it's between us and Chicago, Toronto, and D.C. sort of fighting it up for the last 2 playoff spots unless one of us catches fire, and I don't know about that because we got a lot of points to make up. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. We can take a look at the Western Conference, and you can see Seattle has rebounded. They have come back. They are now just 1 point behind their bitter rival, the Portland Timbers. Houston is up there. Sporting KC, Vancouver, all with 27 points. So it's a dogfight in the Western Conference. And Seattle is right in the middle of that. Take a look at their team. See how good this team is. and they look pretty good to me. I mean, they got a lot of really good starters. Depth-wise, they're not great. They got a couple of injuries, most notably the old man, Clint Dempsey, out for 3 to 5 months for a broken ankle. That's not good. That could be the end of old Clint's career, unfortunately. Patrick Mullins is also out, but they still have a lot of nice players, a lot of really powerful-looking starting lineup. Stephen Fry's a good goalkeeper. Their defense looks solid. There's one of their off-season acquisitions there, Mafla, the wingback. He's going to be playing fullback for him, it looks like. But he was a nice off-season acquisition for them. Got Svensson and Wolf Elkram. Looks like some Scandinavian players they got on their team who look pretty good. Alonso, there's their big designated player there. Ladero also is an outstanding player. And Christian Ramirez, a 27-year-old. Where'd they get this guy from? Let's take a look. A trade for Minnesota United. I thought this guy played for Minnesota. And, yeah, that's a big trade for them. He's playing really well for him. Has 7 goals, 6 assists, 7.11 rating. Let's take a look at Seattle. What have they done this offseason? We looked at these. We saw the Mafla was their big money deal acquisition in the offseason. They had their draft pick, so they must have done some trades. No, not trade offer. Transfer history. I don't want to offer them a trade. Trade history. Okay, look at this. So it looks like our man Remy has started wheeling and dealing. He's traded Will Bruin for the first pick in the second round of last year's MLS Super Draft. So that's where they got a lot of those draft picks. They got another draft pick for Andrew Farrell. 2 more draft picks for Andrew Farrell. There's the deal for Christian Ramirez. Oh, they sent Jordan Morris to Minnesota. Interesting move. Striker for striker. You don't see player for player trades successfully completed very often in MLS, and definitely in FM it's very hard to complete one of those deals. So it looks like just a straight player for player trade. They're fairly equal. I mean, Jordan Morris is a good young player, but I guess Ramirez fit their system a little better, so that's an interesting move. Then they got another draft pick from Orlando, more draft picks. No, they started trading away those draft picks this year to DC United for Darren Maddox and to Columbus for Patrick Mullins. So our man Remy, the new coach of Seattle, he's been reshaping the roster. Let's take a look at Remy, head coach. There he is. So he's a pretty interesting coach. Technically, he's not so good. He's like a lower division coach when it comes to technicals, but he's good at working with youth, very good at judging player potential, so maybe that's why he's starting to make all those moves, because he can look and see the best players out there. Good motivating, discipline, so he's an interesting choice as a head coach. 52-year-old Frenchman. We looked at his history before. We looked at this is playing. Can we look at his coaching history? Let's see. He's coached 4 clubs, bought 11 players for $4.3 million, sold 4 players for $1.2 million. Highest fee spent was Christian Mafla. No cups, no leagues. According to this, according to Wikipedia, he won some cups and stuff. But anyway, not a terribly impressive resume, but he's made some good moves, and he's put together a really nice roster here in MLS for Seattle. And as you can see, they sort of they've won and lost a lot of games. Not too many draws here for Seattle, and that's kind of looks like the secret to their success. It's all or nothing. Lost their last 2, though, against the Eastern Conference. They've played a lot of Eastern Conference teams. Started out very well against the Western Conference. Beat their rivals, Portland. not quite as formidable of a record as I thought they were going to have. It just looks pretty good next to ours, I guess. But anyway, they got the U.S. Cup coming up. They got their game against Montreal coming up. So let's take a look. We're going to go with the 4-2-4 again. Hand that over to the assistant coach. We've got some roster moves of our own. Not a lot, but a little, and you know, an important one. At least one important move. I'm still thinking about bringing our guys back from loan, namely one of our strikers, because he's not feeling too well over there, but I'm still holding off on that. I kind of want to wait till mid-season and the summer transfer window. Looking at a lot of interesting players here. There's Mane, looking at from Pachuca, so we got a lot of guys on the radar. But our big move of the offseason was actually coming from the medical center. We got, where'd he go? He's so healthy that he's completely off the radar in terms of medical center. Where did he go? Well, we got Piet has been injured. That's no good. Tight hamstring. Was it really that long ago? Edwards is back from injury. Raheem Edwards, so he'll be able to play coming up. Philadelphia still wants our international player slot, as does everyone else in the world. Ah, there he is. Andres Romero. He has recovered from his sports hernia. Our team captain, our best right winger. He's feeling a little bit down at the moment, but he's completely unfit in terms of match fitness, so that's probably why he's down. But he is our team leader, he is our team captain, and now he's back in the fold, and we're going to play him. We're going to throw him in there. It's been a week since he's recovered from his injury, and he'd recovered from his injury earlier, but he was on the 6-game injured reserve list, so he couldn't play, even though he was healthy. We had to wait until the 6 games were up, and now they're up. So we're going to get him back, and we're going to see how he plays out there. We're going to start him so that if he starts feeling bad or playing bad or whatever, then we can sub him out, and that's fine. So again, here's the 4-2-4. We got all of our subs in and ready to go. So let's submit the team. Romero's lacking match sharpness, of course. We have one player out at the World Cup. Teder is playing for his home nation, so not a lot of World Cup representation from Canada or the United States. So interesting lineup here from Seattle. They're going with the diamond. That way I guess they can get Mafla running down that sideline and use those wingback skills. They also have Farrell on the other side. 7.44 rating. He's got 2 assists. Highest average rating player on their team. So that's not good for us. That top 3 is pretty formidable. There's Christian Ramirez. 7 goals, 6 assists on the season, as we saw. Top goal scorer and most assists. Yes. Wow. So, I mean, I guess that's why they got him from Minnesota, because he's a little bit more of a versatile player than Morris. Morris was just sort of a target man. You throw the ball to him and hope he scores. Ramirez is a bit more of a playmaker up front. But for us, we got Crepeau in goal. He's going to, keep holding it down there. He's got his 6.8 rating, 5 concessions in 4 appearances. That's okay, I guess. I mean, that's fairly equivalent to Stephen Fry, who's got 21 in 19, I guess. Going with Tran at left fullback and Salmon at right fullback. So our 2 draft picks from this season. Taylor, another draft pick. Our Generation Adidas players in there. Diallo's going to hopefully hold it down in central defense. Andre and Martin are 2 young international players in the midfield, mainly because Teder is out on international and Piet is injured, so not a lot of options in the midfield right now. Going to go with Vargas on the inside forward on the left, and Romero, team captain, on the right, gets to pick up the armband for the first time in the regular season. And then, of course, up top, Jackson Hamel and Mancosu. Hamel, most assists on the team. 7 goals, 5 assists, 7.33 rating. He's been outstanding this season. And Mancosu, of course, highest rated, top goal scorer, also 5 assists. So he has also been outstanding. You know, we hold him to a little bit higher level because he is the veteran, but you know, he is playing well. Can't forget that. Can't take that for granted, especially at striker. You know, we played him at the wings a little bit, and it's been okay, but just when he's at striker, he scores goals, and that's what we need. So opposition instructions, what do we do? All right, we gotta cover these fullbacks. And the diamond formation, this is important. These guys are gonna come forward. We gotta watch them. Same thing with Ramirez. I think Ramirez has all them assists, so we're gonna close down on him as well. Close down on the advanced forward. And then these midfielders, God knows what they're going to do. I mean, they're very talented. So all 3 of them could come forward. They could go out wide as Mazzalas. Who knows what those guys are going to do. We just got to hope and pray they don't get too involved. All right, I don't want to talk about the future of Greg Berhalter. So get out of here. All right, so here we are. Nice home game versus one of the top teams in the Western Conference. Not a sellout. Not real enthusiastic about that. I mean, if we don't play Toronto, these guys don't show up. I mean, it's a pretty decent crowd. Martin has the ball. First highlight of the match. Gets it to Andre, the 2 youngsters in the midfield. Gets it forward to Vargas with the shot. Good attempt. You know, playing that inside forward, he's going to take a few more shots. And that's okay. He's got the ability. Mena. I guess it's just Mena. He doesn't have any accents over any of the letters in his name. Ramirez drops it back. Gets it forward to Maddox. He beats the defense and beats the goalkeeper. That wasn't good because that was just a straight run, straight pass, and a pretty easy shot. So that was a very basic play that we just got beat on the defense. And that shows maybe our youth back there, but I mean, it's a good pass, I guess, but I don't know. Just gotta stop it, I guess. There's nothing tactically we could do to stop that. That's all about player versus player right there. So we just gotta be patient and try to get one back. Seattle's got a strong defense, but we might be able to break them down. Maddox, 7.3 with that 1 goal. All right, here we go. Highlight. Tran on the far side throw into Jackson. Looking for some support. Little back heel. Tran sends it in. Gets headed up, but Martin forward to Mancosu. Nice play to Romero. There he is. The team captain scores in his first game back. Goes over to celebrate with the home fans. All right. That's a feel-good story right there. Ties it up. Jackson with a little back heel for no reason. Tran just bombs it in. There's Martin again. So solid in that midfield. Great pass by Mancosu. Another assist for our main striker. So now there's Romero with the 7.2 rating. All right, the game is tied up. It's looking pretty even, so feeling good about ourselves right now. Now, I think both teams are a little gun shy. 50% possession each. 3 shots on target each. 4 shots total each. 3 fouls each. It's a totally dead even game. All right, here we go. Highlight. 29 minutes and counting. All right, there's Salmon. Gets it up to Romero. Mancosu drops it off to Andre. Segundo Valente gets it forward to Jackson. Jackson scores. Yeah. No, he's offside. I kind of thought he might be offside, but I didn't want to point it out. But anyway, it was a good play, good shot too. Got some frustrations now from Andre. It's okay. You know, the ref makes some calls sometimes. All right, the stats are still incredibly even. Seattle is going down the left-hand side. Ramirez, I don't think we need to mark him specifically. We've already got him marked pretty well. Mancosu heads it on to Jackson. Jackson's holding it up, looking for support out wide to Romero. He sends it in. Fry picks it up, though. When Romero gets match fit, I think he's going to be a big boost to this team. There we go. Uh-oh, we're going to get beat on the back line again. Maddox. Eesh. Really not happy about that. 41 minutes into the first half. And it's just, they're just beating us with simple through balls. I mean, Diallo's way out of position there trying to win that header. And then the Generation Adidas player, Taylor, just can't take Maddox one-on-one, unfortunately. He's playing defensive center back. Oops, there he is. He's playing defensive center back. He's on defend. I mean, I don't know what else to tell him to do. There's Diallo now sending it forward. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Mancosu going for it. He beats the defense, sends it back post to Jackson, and Jackson wins another header. I mean, this is why we play a lot of offense with this team, is because those two guys can score against anybody in the league. Diallo just bombs it. Great play from our veteran to veteran, and then, bam, Jackson has just become a phenom at winning those headers. He's got a 7-0 rating. Mancosu 7-0. Romero 7-0. Look at that. First game back, and he's already got a 7-0 rating. Not even match fit. So I mean, do we drop Andre back to play Segundo Volante? Maybe that's an interesting little strategic maneuver we could make. All right, let's go to the dressing room here. Team talk. We owe Seattle for what happened last time? Sure. I don't remember what happened last time, but anyway. Let's go to the tactics here. Let's try something different. Andre, drop back here. I'm going to let you play Segundo and do your thing. Roam around, make some plays. Martin isn't looking so hot in the midfield right now. But, you know, we don't really have a ton of options. We could bring in Louis. But we'll give Martin the second half a little bit and see how he can play. Everybody else is playing okay. Even Taylor's got a 6.5 rating. Who could we bring in for Taylor? Not much options there. We could bring in Fisher. Move Diallo over to the left side and bring Fisher in on the right. But I don't know that Fisher's much of an upgrade. If any of an upgrade over Taylor. Oof, Taylor is looking down on himself right now. So maybe that is an option. I think we'll do that. If Taylor's feeling that bad about himself, we'll bring Fisher in and let him start the second half. All right. As long as we don't get burned on the back line again. Now Diallo is playing the left-hand side, so maybe he can stop some of those through balls. Here's Crepo. Sends it forward. Mancosu, he's going after it. He wins it. He's got Taylor in the box, gets it forward. Taylor's looking for somebody to pass it to. There's Romero. Romero, I don't know how that went past Fry, but Fry is having a terrible day. Romero just chipped it past him. I don't know if he just misjudged it or what. Because it wasn't like a thunderous shot. And Kosu wins the header. Gets the ball up to Jackson. And Jackson, I mean, just get the ball to these three guys. I mean, that was just a beautifully placed shot, I guess. Fry is beside himself. Can't believe he missed it. 3-2. All right. Andre playing the Segundo back there. He's got a 6.6 rating. Martin has raised himself. No, he's lowered himself to 6.4. So we'll give him till the 60-minute mark. If he's not playing any better, we'll bring in Louis. And maybe I think Louis can play the deep-lying playmaker. So we'll have him drop back a little bit as well. Looks like that's what's going to happen because I don't see a lot of movement on behalf of Martin. All right. We'll get him out of there. And we could bring in Hassler as well, but Hassler is defensive, but we might need him at right fullback should anything happen to Salmon. So we will bring in Louis for Martin, and he will play the deep lying playmaker on support. Because all you got to do is get the ball forward to one of our big three up there. Get it to Romero, Mancosu, or Jackson Hamel. I mean, I guess Vargas if you got time, but focus on those other three dudes. Louis, nice steal to Vargas. Gets it forward. Jackson Hamel gets it forward. Mancosu on the run behind the defense. One-on-one with Fry. Just one. Fry's got to be a little shell-shocked out there. Tran is looking good, but a little tired. Svensson gets it. Ekram loses it to Vargas again. Vargas bombs it forward. Mancosu again on the run. Foul up by the defense. Mancosu got the whole team on his back. Chips it over. Fry, what a goal. What a goal. Oh, man. Cheeky, as some people like to say, but not me, really. But, hey, tricky. How about that? A little bit of an old man move, a veteran move. He's playing it slow, and then, oh, man, what a play. What a shot. 4-2 over one of the best teams in the league. So just getting Romero back has really boosted our team. He's got 8.8 rating and 2 assists. That's amazing. Here's Maddox. Bounces off his head. The Seattle doesn't know what to do right now. Get it to Alonso. Nice defense. So making that move on the defensive center back position helped us out, and I think, dropping back our midfield helped out too. So little defensive adjustments. Nice Salmon on the back line. Gets it ahead to Jackson. Could we start a counterattack here? Somebody's rushing forward there. Jackson's looking for support. He drops it all the way back to Crepeau. Interesting maneuver. All right, Tran is looking tired. We could bring in Giglio for Tran. He's playing well. He's really tired, though. All right, so we'll bring in Giglio for Tran. We'll take him off attack. No need for him to be going downfield like that. Put him on defend. And then Vargas, I think we can just send him back out wide to the wing, and that should be fine. No more of this inside forward stuff. He has done nothing this game, really. And then take up space, I suppose. Here's Andre to Vargas. I guess Vargas has started a few fast breaks. Oh, there's a bad pass forward. Maddox trying out that left-hand side now. Oof, and there's Christian Ramirez. Defense was Diallo again, way out of position. And then our fullback tried to cover for him, but he didn't really do much of anything. He couldn't get in position, and there's Ramirez. Okay. So they got one back, 4-3. Proceed with changes after this goal. Oh, so we hadn't even made that change. Let's make the change now. Now we'll get Giglio in there. So that was Tran who couldn't make it back there. Okay. Here's Mafla with the throw in far side. 85 minutes down. Veered him to Mafla. Rodriguez sends it forward to Ramirez. He's covered there, but he gets it forward. There's Giglio with a nice play. Gets it to Jackson. Bad turnover from Jackson. Maddox to Ramirez. Oof. Lucky that he shot that high and wide. I mean, Crepeau was there, but who knows if he would have made that save or not. 90 minutes. We're into stoppage time. 4 minutes. Down to 2 minutes. Clock is running. 1 minute left. All right, boys. Let's just hold out for this nice victory. 5 seconds left. Frey. And there it is. All right. Another entertaining game. 4-3 victory. But man, getting Romero back has been a huge boost, or at least it was in that game. Just, sometimes getting your team leader back can be a temporary boost, but let's hope we can make it a permanent boost. We gotta figure out our defense here. Taylor played pretty bad. Martin also didn't play very good. Yeah. We gotta figure some stuff out. Maybe, Andre and Louis in the midfield is an option, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. All right, tell the boys they did well. Yep. Played very well. No, I don't like that. Well done. That was a good win. I don't like those like passive-aggressive ones where they're like, why can't you do that every game? Why don't you coach better every game, I guess? I don't know. Garcia wanted to see Zach Mathers. Okay, fine. I don't care about that. All right. So what do we got coming up next on the schedule? We got the Los Angeles Swing, Galaxy, and an LAFC at home. We got to play that game, right? We got to take a look at LAFC, see what they're all about. Take a look at the calendar. So LA is next week, and then LAFC the week after. Tadeo is still on international duty, so we'll see how he does in the World Cup. He's playing for Algeria on international duty. Don't know much about the Algerian team. Don't even know Tadeo, apparently. Our own player, we don't know his ability. Anyway, who's all in the World Cup? Oh, this is African Nations Cup. Oh, so he's qualifying. How's Algeria doing? They're down here. They're first place in their group right now. Gambia, Benin, and Togo. I think Togo has a decent team. No. 14th. Gambia, second. All right. Or is that just in... Yeah, that's just in their group. So we don't really know how good these African nations are, but I hope Algeria... Nigeria is usually pretty good. Morocco. Angola. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with African football. I know Nigeria is usually pretty good. That's about it. All right. So we'll come back for the LA games and see how things are going on the West Coast. This appears to be our West Coast swing right now, where we played Real Salt Lake, Seattle, LA, and then LAFC. We got a long ways to go yet on the schedule, but that was a nice win for us. How does that do for the competitions? That secures us 5th place. Toronto, again, lost. They're stuck on 18 points. Chicago won, though, to move up to 6th place, and we moved up to 5th place. So, we're looking good. All right. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.